Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 13 of Enigmatica to Expert. Last time we got started on mystical agriculture. I've been letting this run a little bit, and I also built up around it, so we have a roof on this place now. I'll just show you. I think it turned out really good. It really fits in. I like the roof on here, and then the inside here as well. I have a few crafters and things upstairs. These just make netherrack and soul sand to be sifted in our sifters, and then it's all the same downstairs. I haven't added anything to this setup in particular. I also thought I would set up something to give us the thermal dusts. So using the same grinding balls that I have here, I just have a storage bus on this, and then here is imported to more sag mills, and this is used to make This is used to make all the thermal foundation dust. Is that what it is? Yeah, thermal foundation. So things like basols and aerotheum, pyrotheum, and petrotheum. So if you have a grinding ball in here, it gives you 145% output. 175% output. So it's very high chance that you're going to get more than 4 per operation. And then if you compact that, you get your one thing back. I'll put that in manually, that's why there's an extra one. But if you compact 5 of these, you get your rod back, and then you can just repeat the process, and all it costs is some grinding balls, which we have passively crafted here. So if we look at dust, or not, powder, we can just, like say we want 20 of these. We ordered 20, but we got 76. So then we can compact them back into rods, and then, you know, the cycle continues. Anyways, today I want to progress through Botania and automate some rune production. We've really only done the basics just to get a couple mana diamonds here and there, just for some other crafts for Astral Sorcery and things like that. So in order to progress Botania, we're going to need a way of generating mana. Right now we're using Endoflames, but it's really not ideal. It could probably get us through the pack, to be honest. Like, it's probably enough, but I don't want to settle for the Endoflames. I want to go for the Kekimurus. The same thing I had last time. So I have a plan to use Astral Sorcery to convert pumpkins into cake, and then these flowers from Botania will eat the cake and produce mana. So I hope that's something we can get today. Looking at this, we have to generate some mana in order to get pixie dust, which means we'll need the Elven gateway core. I think we can craft. Yeah, this is no problem. The core is no problem. We have the celestial altar. Everything else here, runes, we're going to need to set up rune production as well. So I might just do a few by hand just to get the Kekimurus up and running, and then set up runes. I haven't decided yet, but let me get a minute to get some materials together, and then I'll come back. Right, so it's actually the next day here. I did go ahead and set up the Elven gateway core. So you can see a preview for this in the Lex Botania, but we crafted up the Elven gateway core, and then it's just 3 glimmering living wood and living wood on the sides, and then you just click this with the wand of the forest. It'll consume some mana, and you need these 2 Natura pylons on the side to keep it open. So now with this, we can now trade with the elves. So in order to get the mana generating flower, the Kekimurus, we're going to need this pixie dust. You throw it through and you get the exchanged item in return. So I think I'm going to make 8. So I think we'll need some more mana pearls, so you just throw that in the pools of mana. Yeah, there's our 8 for the Kekimurus. So what else do we need here? We need a Rune of Gluttony, which is a tier 3 rune. And this takes 2 tier 2s, which take... No, that's Rune of Fire is a tier 1, and Rune of Winter is a tier 2, so that takes earth and water. These are all made on the runic altar. So I'll do maybe 1, and I'll show you the Rune of Earth, and then I'll do the rest off camera and come back. Right, so once you have all the materials, you throw 1 of each on the runic altar, and it should start floating around it. Mana dust, and mana steel. Oh, and stone. There we go. And as long as you have mana pointed into this, it should start crafting. Right click with that, and then click with the wand of the forest, and there's our runes. I'm going to get the rest gathered up and then I'll come back. Right, so I ended up just crafting, batch crafting a bunch of the tier 1s, and I have everything we need for the flower, the Kekimurus. One thing I'm not sure about though is if we get any of the runes or anything back from the craft. So I'll just try it with the 1. I have a feeling we don't, but yeah, let's just try. So if we get a seed, did we get anything back? I don't think so. I think it used the gluttony rune. Yeah, it did. So I'm gonna have to make more of those. But anyway, we have the Kekimurus now. So the next thing is to decide where I want to, or how I want to lay this place out. I'm thinking I'm gonna move these daisy setups and also the petal apothecary. I think I'm gonna move those. This portal can stay where it is. I think this is probably the best place for it. And then obviously all this will get cleaned up. Alright, so I just finished all of the Botania setup here. I recorded a bunch of setup for this and it just turned into basically rambling and it wasn't going anywhere. So I'll just show you what I have here set up. So in this corner here we've got the petal apothecary. This will refill itself with water. I have a mechanical user back there with a water bucket in there that gets refilled. Over here we have the runic altar, and that's been supplied by this mana spreader here. And this is the main setup for mana generation. So we have 8 Kekimurus floating flowers here. We have 12 pumpkins being grown. And when they grow, we have this collector crystal converting them into cake. And then the flower eats the cake and disperses the mana into these pools here. And then all of the other pools, the other 5 pools here, have dominant sparks on them, which means that the mana will be sent from there into these ones and distributed. And these 2 mana pools here are for crafting. So I have the runic, what is it called? The thing that lets you convert between items with mana underneath this one, and this is just a regular mana pool. Because some recipes require that block underneath to give you the unique recipe for it. And then we've seen, I just left the portal as it was, because I thought it was fine as is. So yeah, I've had a very similar setup last time I played, but I don't remember it being this slow. Maybe they nerfed it or something, but it's fine. It still gives us free mana. And I also moved the Pure Daisy automation like 3 blocks this way, just to have it in line with this as well. So yeah, I'm liking the way this has turned out. Anyways, let's move on to the reason we set all this up in the first place, which was the Master Infusion Stone, or Master Infusion Crystal. And this lets us get essence using the crystal. I'll probably set it up in a crafter because 82 doesn't like these nested crafts like this where it uses 1 to make more. Oh, I didn't know this recipe existed either. I didn't know we could use the quantum compressor. Maybe I'll do this instead. Either way, we're going to need one of these infusion crystals. So sparks, I have a couple of those spare. Resonating gems, I have mana steel, diamond, elementium, terra steel. We have all this. So it's just the runes and this ender amethyst. So eventually we will grow these to use them for the ludicrite, but I think I'm just going to craft this one this way just now because we have tons of elementium and these are no problem anyway. So yeah, let's get this master infusion crystal. Alright, I got all the runes, all the blocks for this infusion crystal. Let's just craft it. So this will be one step closer to getting the tier 6 seeds that we need. And there's our master infusion crystal. So with our infusion crystal here, let's set up a system that gives us on-demand crafting of higher tier of essence. So for that I'm going to use just a interface here onto a crafter, lag spike. And then what we can do is, if I take some inferium, in fact, essence. Yeah, so if we import these recipes here, we can say first one is going to be 4 inferium. If we set this to keep 1 of every item and also external C, it means it'll keep the crystal inside the tail. So if we hit apply, and then the next one will be next tier up, so that's Prudentium. So when you're making these recipes in AE2, you have to make sure you set it to processing pattern, because we're importing into a crafter rather than into a molecular assembler. And then you just put in the amounts here, so it'll be 4 Inferium equals 1 Prudentium. In fact, we can even do full stacks here. So if we say 4 stacks equals a stack, we do it like this for all of them. Then we can come back up to our interface, put in the recipes here after we done all 4. I put them all for a stack, and then we should be able to autocraft this. So if we say one of them, it will make us full stack if we give this power. And we also have to hook up a item conduit here for the output. So I've just hooked that up to the back into the interface. And this also should be on all. I had it on keep before, but it wasn't working, so yeah, that's changed now. And then I believe that should have completed the craft. Yeah, our crafting task is now done. So let's just test once more, and we'll say like, I don't know, 1,000 supreme. Okay, we can't quite do that much. 1,000 intermedium. Oh, still can't do that much. 1,000 Prudentium. There we go. But yeah, this is making it all. I'll need extract speed up as well. So let's just get some of these on here. Yeah, there we go. And that should complete the craft. No, why not? So apparently I can't count. This does not make a stack. It's 4 to 1, so this will be only 16. Whoops. I was staring at that for a while thinking, why is this not working? Alright, I fixed all the patterns, now it should work. Let's just test this one more time. So 200? No. I'll test the Prudentium. Yeah, now it's working. Now all the crafts are completing. My bad. Right, we're working on the tier 6 seeds. So Nether Stars is definitely something I want to get. Ender Amethyst. Dragon Egg. Are we going to need Dragon Egg seeds? I guess we will for... Or no, this can be any essence, right? For the creative essence. Yeah, it can be any tier 6, so we don't need Dragon Egg, I don't think. Awakened Draconium, definitely. That'll save charging it. What else? Maybe Enderium. It'll save a bit of processing time as well. And also Neutronium, I forgot about this. So how... We're going to need to get Neutron Fluid. And the first time I played this pack, I went for the fusion reactor rather than the... what's it called? The other reactor I have right now. Yeah, I just checked. It was the mechanism fusion rather than the nuclear craft one. So for this, the last time I already had this neutron fluid just passively because I went for a deuterium tritium reactor and it gave me a byproduct of neutron. But I think this time I'm gonna have to set up a small fusion reactor just to get the neutron fluid. But not now. That's something we can do later. I want to get access to the seeds first. So this is going to be a lot of Insanium Essence. But actually we might be able to get it because of the withers that we've killed. I don't know if this will be enough. And actually I forgot to put in this recipe for the Insanium. So I'm going to just double check the amounts that we're missing here and then I'll come back. Right, so I checked the current stock levels and it looks like we've got enough to make a tier 6 seed. There's only one thing that we're missing, and that is the tier 5 essence. And in order to get tier 5, we're going to need the iridescent altar. And yeah, this is only going to require some lenses, which I don't have yet, and they're easy, right? They're just some resonating gems. This elemental affinity reagent, which is some air sigils, or some sigils rather. A celestial crystal, I have hundreds of those now. Marble and runes of capacity, which is just this from the tier 3 altar. So I think I might just farm this up and upgrade our altar. I guess let's start with the most difficult thing here, which is, well, the most involved, which is this draft of Angelus. And this is used later on for these benitoite crystals. And these are in pretty much all the creatives. Yeah. So for that we're going to need a weak blood shard. And in order to get the weak blood shard we need to get the bound blade from blood magic. So it means we have to start with this binding reagent, which is made in the Hellfire Forge. It's glowstone, redstone, gunpowder, and gold nuggets. And I already upgraded some of these Tartaric gems. I think it was last night, maybe the night before. Yeah, I was just farming a bunch of Endermen with the sword as well, and I filled up a bunch of these and upgraded them to common, which is the highest we can get right now. Anyways, there's our binding reagent. Take ashes, combine this with a iron sword. Oh, it's a diamond sword. Yeah, it's supposed to be a diamond sword. So if we combine this, we should get the bound blade. And then we'll have to kill a couple mobs with that, and we only need the one, right? It's just the one that we need. Let's just try it here and see what happens. Okay, that's a lot of blades. Did we get anything? Oh yeah, we did. We got the weak blood shard. Nice. Alright, so next we need the alchemy table. So use the blood orb to power this, rather than the Tartaric gems. Then we need these antiseptics and neurotoxin. Alright, it looks like we need to upgrade our blood orb in order for us to get these toxins. Alright, I got the next tier blood orb. That just required a Victus V crystal from Thaumcraft. So we should be able to make these neurotoxins now. And that just leaves the other one for antiseptic. Alright, this is the last one that's crafted now. There we go, there's our antiseptic. And that just leaves this one here, which is pulverized gold, a gas tier, fermented spider eye. Oh, and this requires the next tier of blood orb as well, I just realised. So tier 3. What is the tier 3 one? Magician. That is a thaumium block with 25,000. Our altar only holds 10,000, but I'm hoping we can just sacrifice while it's on there. Otherwise I'm going to have to make capacity runes and upgrade the capacity here. In fact, I've already made these capacity runes for this craft here, so maybe I'll just swap those in. Just until we get the tier 4 and then swap them back out. So if I do like this, just place these here for now. Hopefully the capacity, yeah, we're at 18,000 now, so maybe I can just keep using the sacrificial dagger while the thaumium block's on there. I don't know if I have enough thaumium though. I'm a couple short. Let me go and make some thaumium. So, thaumium, in fact I should fill it beforehand. And I'm out of liquid meat again. I added this ender tank here, oops. Just so I could easily fill this because it drains really quick when I'm doing self-sacrifice like this. Alright, the altar's maxed out now, so we need 25,000. Oh, I should have let myself regen first. Maybe we can make it. I don't know, this is going pretty quick. And remember, if this goes down to... Well, time for a walk again. Alright, let's try this again with regen this time. Well, I'm full HP. So, altar's capped. Thaumium block in. And yeah, let's go. Please work. I'll keep an eye on my HP this time. 12,000. I don't know, like, it's gonna be close. Oh, we got it. Nice, nice. So there's the magician blood orb. So with this, we should be able to now craft the draft. Alright, I really don't know why this isn't crafting. I've got all the items here for the craft. I have the blood orb in here, the magician one, which is here, and I have 20,000 LP in the LP network, and I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. I figured it out. I didn't bind this to myself, so I didn't right click to bind to my LP network. I've made that mistake before. Anyways, that should be us now for the craft of this. All that we're missing now is the 2 coloured lenses, and that's us for the iridescent altar. Alright, here we go, the iridescent altar. This should be the craft now. So in order for this to function, we're going to need to add some more things to the multi-block here, but it doesn't get any bigger in terms of the area, it just adds some blocks on top. We also get this cool little floating crystal above the altar as well. And done. And we get the crystal. Structure should be formed, yep. Nice. So now we can make our nether star seeds. But that's something I'm going to have to save for next time. I'm kind of running out of time to play here, so yeah, thanks for watching and see you next time.